Greetings. Welcome to Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration Weekly Review. Giving all honor and glory to God, from whom all our help comes from. This is my very first video. I did do a short video the night I set up the YouTube channel. You always have to do the trial video. I won't consider it being official though, because I looked back at it today and the lighting was just completely horrible. I mean, I did it at 10 o'clock at night, and this is about as good as the lighting gets in this apartment. So I decided to kind of do another overview, another explanation of the channel with a little better lighting. It's a little better. It's not the best, but it's a little better. And we'll just start working these things out as the YouTube channel goes along. I'll start to be able to obtain the things I need, the lighting and whatever I need to produce better videos. But hey, we have to start somewhere, right? Most of the time we start ourselves at the stop. We stop ourselves at the start. See, that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to even do anything on camera. Things like that. Little mix-ups. But whatever. I'm really just feeling like this is we just need to go for things. And that's the whole point of the podcast. Let me go forward. My name is Karen Hope. I am 50 years old. Like I explained in the first introduction, I have two beautiful children, Glory Lee and Joy Lynn, 15 and 11-year-old girls. And again, I will never introduce myself without introducing them. It's impossible. It's impossible. Okay, so back to this channel. Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration Weekly Review. Well, this is all about, I produce and I host a podcast called, it's going to get pretty redundant, Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration. And to date, as of yesterday, we have produced 83 podcasts, episodes. I started on July 3rd. I've done this every day. I maybe missed 2 or 3 days, because of 6 weeks tests for my children, and there was a couple other things, bill paying day, things like that, where I just missed a few days. But my goal and my vision is to do this every day for the rest of my life, 15 minutes at a time. Now, what I do is I work about 4 or 5 hours a day to produce the podcast. And what I'll be doing is maybe working an extra 4 hours each Saturday, so I can go ahead and produce this to make this video. And what we'll be doing on this channel is touching base, dedicating about 2 or 3 minutes per episode to talk about, just to do a review of the inspiration that we obtained and gave, for the week. And what we'll do is now this podcast is available on 9 different platforms, 8 or 9 different platforms, and the links are included in the description box below. So, you have about 83 episodes to catch up. It's going to be really cool for you to go back and to really get a clue and get a clue about how I'm feeling, what I really am trying to do with this channel. It's about inspiration, 15 minutes at a time. And I feel it's important to, because, it's important to inspire and be inspired on a daily basis. We're here to help each other do that. We're here, we are reflections of each other. so when we see it, we can be it, right? When it's absent from our lives, we tend to not have it. So, like I said, this will be an awesome exchange of energies between all of us to go back on the week and touch base on some inspirational and motivational and encouraging words from that are spoken and felt and thought of from a posture and a place and a position of positivity, no matter what. Now, this channel isn't about. Now I'm gonna get back into this. I always have to say, my faith is anchored in Christianity, but we're not gonna go there in this podcast. We're just not going to. This is why I'm not a preacher. I'm just working this out. I'm trying to pat my own self on the back. I'm trying to encourage myself, because sometimes that's where this manifestation, which, just give me a second and we'll talk about that, starts from. That's another thing we touch base upon in the podcasts, the podcast episodes. It's always about manifestation and balance and encouragement and motivation, and and being unapologetically bold to do so. It's okay. It's okay. And that's what we'll also talk about, being our authentic selves, the one that's most connected to God, because He is where all our help comes from. That is the truth. And I want you to know that the things that I do say in the podcast, I actually believe. I believe them. I believe it. I believe the words that I say. I believe the feelings that I feel. And I like to share them with you and anyone who needs to feel just as inspired as I need to feel inspired. And that's a lot. That's an awful lot. And like I said, we're reflections of each other. So I feel like you're here because you want to as well. So, again, so what we're going to do is dedicate 2 or 3 minutes to each episode, which will be about, like I explained before, 21 to 28 minutes. And oh, y'all, I get so excited. So I hope that I can stay within time, because on the actual podcast, I say 15 minutes, but the longest has been 27. But it can range between 17 and 19 if I get excited. Sometimes I do. So, but since this is a review, and I will have notes. I'll have notes here to keep me on task. I'm not going to work from the computer. I don't think I'm going to be working on screen. I just think that I'll have notes here on the side of me, and I'll be able to just keep this video person to person, like more personal. That's how I want it to feel. So it won't be any looking down at my computer, clicking my phone, or I don't even have a phone, because my dog Clyde, he didn't eat my homework, he ate my phone. He's such a sweet puppy, but jeez. Balance. So yeah. So we're going to touch base on all the episodes, wrap up each video with some, oh gosh, y'all, some really cool and positive affirmations, to help us start the week off. Again, from a posture and a place and a position of positivity. And we will also, because I'm usually prepared, I take a lot of notes just throughout the day. And so sometimes I'll write down a note and I'll put the day that I think maybe I should, talk about that topic. And that's how I do that. So I'll have, more than likely on Sunday, also in each video, I will have kind of like a preview, or maybe just a little hint about what we'll be talking about in the following week. Yes. again, this podcast is all about, and these videos will be all about, seriously, inspiration, that 15 minutes that we all can use a day, and then just go on with our day, and we can have things that can come to us and stick, because you know how inspiration works. We can all be going through different things, but it'll all hit us the same way. We all get that feeling. We all get that get up and go. We all get that pep in our step. Our faith is increased, and our belief is increased, and everything good moving forward feels right and natural, because it's not natural for us to be stuck in negative energies. It's actually when we're fighting against ourselves, when we're fighting against our true self, actually when we just let things flow. I'm not saying let things go, because again, a lot of times the regret and the conflict that we're feeling is because it's an accumulation of things that we let go. Sometimes we haven't spoken up. Sometimes we gave away our power. Most of the time, that is what it is. So to get our power back, we have to stop accumulating, letting things go. Like, oh, I'm okay. And so we talk about that as well. So we'll just stay inspired here. We're not going to go back and forth for negative energies. But what I do want to say that we will touch base on, because we will talk about balance. We will always talk about balance, because, oh yes, going back to balance and manifestation. So, if we are not balanced, we cannot think clearly. We cannot have a clear mind. And when we don't have a clear mind, we get in life what we think. We get in life how we feel. So if we're confused, if we're living a life of chaotic thoughts, kind of wishy-washy energy, we get wishy-washy, chaotic, and confusing results. And when that happens, we get more and more confused. And then what do? We send negative vibrations out to the universe, or mixed vibrations or mixed signals out to the universe. How in the world can we manifest what we want and desire good if we're sending mixed signals and negative signals to the universe and to God? It's almost like an insult to Him. I really do believe that, because what He wants for us is good. He puts everything in us to overcome negativity. He puts in us the courage. He puts in us the faith and the gumption and the boldness. He gives us every reason to be thankful and grateful and to appreciate everything we have. And that's where our manifestation starts. We start to feel good inside, and then when we start to feel good inside, everything starts to be seen on the outside. Now, it doesn't mean that troubles aren't going to happen, but, well, there's a thing about that, and I'll talk about that every once in a while. I really do believe that, because our instruction from God, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, if you want preaching, if you want Jesus, if you want detailed Bible stories, we all need to go to church. This is not about that. This is about God told us just to hand all our troubles over to Him, and not to really, and our worries and our woes and our cares, because really and truly we are not meant to worry. We are not meant to worry, and it's so hard not to when we stay stuck in negative energies. Our mind goes crazy. We don't know how to think. And then what we do is what we start to feel, if it's negative, starts to show on the outside. It does. Sometimes it shows up in like a messy closet. For a long time, it showed up for me in a messy butt car. OMG. And also closets. You know, for a long time, people would say, oh my God, Karen Hope, your apartment is just so... I've never had a house. I'm manifesting that as well. Right? I will say apartment also often. But Karen Hope, your apartment is so cute. It's so nice. And I'd say, you know, thank you so much. Or I appreciate that. Or you know how we do, oh, this whole thing. Oh, girl. And my closet, baby. You know, like the old TV shows when they opened up the closet and all this stuff fell out. It wasn't that bad, but you know, it might as well have been. Might as well have been. So those negative feelings that we feel, they will show on the outside. We get what we think. We get what we feel. It is the truth. That's why it's very important to me. Very important to me to spread positivity, because it's like it works like this. Because it's a flow, there could be blockages, and the blockages are you know, it's a damming effect, you know, like a DAM. It just stops everything. When there's supposed to be a flow, you see, and there's a block, even this is not just us. There are people over here. There's situations, there's loved ones, there's conditions, there's circumstances, and everything is affected. Everything around us is affected by our negative energy on the inside and the outside. And just imagine if everybody, Jesus, like that. What a miserable place, you know. And that's why they say misery loves company, because it does. Once it starts, it can just affect a whole room. That's why when you beam positivity and you live positivity, you can walk into any room and command it. Any room. Because positivity outshines and outweighs negativity any day. So that's why we need to stay encouraged. And if we have to do it 15 minutes at a time, so be it. That's pretty cool to me, because again, we're just here at home. A lot of times, a lot of us just have to be here at home. So why not vibe with each other? Why not? So y'all, please consider watching or listening to a few of the podcasts this evening, or you know, just catch up with me. Listen to a few or here and there throughout the day until we meet again on Sunday when I upload the next video, and we talk about the week and inspire each other. I aspire to inspire. So I hope to see you here for Karen Hope's 15 minutes of solid inspiration weekly review.